boost trade, provide better jobs, reduce poverty, and increase shared prosperity in the continent. And aims as a continental platform for countries to showcase their products and services and position themselves as national brands. Unfortunately, there is not as yet the necessary awareness of the AfCFTA and its benefits as subnational government within Africa. If member countries are to stand any chance of making something out of the AfCFTA, they must, as a matter of necessity, domesticate it at the state and grassroots level. Successful implementation of the AfCFTA is dependent on supporting the subnationals to organize themselves into functional entities within the context of AfCFTA. As of May last year, there are 54 signatories, of which 43, 80% have deposited their instruments of ratification. Although start of trading under the AfCFTA agreement began on 1st January 2021, however, no actual trade has yet taken place. This clearly shows that we must overcome the bureaucratic red tape, and we can begin to do so right here from our conference. This is one of the reasons why the African Sub-Sovereign Government Network was set up, as the subnational governments are committed to the implementation of the AfCFTA agreement and the opportunities of developing economic corridors, establishing regional supply networks, employment creation, and capacity building. To advance our own core interests and values, clearly, African leadership at the subnational level must also embrace the audacity to defend the rights and interests of the grassroots in continental affairs. We know that when it comes to international matters, the natural tendency is to want to deal with sovereigns. But really where the rubber meets the road is at the level of the sub-sovereigns, the provinces, the states, the local government. That's where our people are. That is where the impact is mostly felt by the people. And we need a leadership audacity. The type that was at the heart of the launching of the Pan-African project. The first speaker took us on a historic journey back to the days of the Kwame Nkrumah, the Julius Nyerere, the Hamadu Ahidjo, and co. And that's what informed the Pan-African project at the beginning. That same audacity served Africa well in the march to independence and decolonization project. And as the world is being remade to reflect shifts in the balance of power, that old audacity must be rediscovered and redeployed to maximum effect and for maximum benefit. Out of the turbulence of the moment, and there's a lot of turbulence around the world, whether we're talking Middle East or we're talking Ukraine, a path for continental rebirth must be clear, and a conscious effort must be made to extend the rebirth to our sovereign space. The opportunities are there in large measure, and we've already had of it. 25% of the world population will come from this continent by 2050. The median age in the world is lowest in our continent. 19 in Africa, 28 in India, 38 in China. So when you're talking about the working population in the next 30 years, it's going to be largely dominated by the African youth and the working population. So we will take our hand, we'll do our bit to ensure that we focus on education, on infrastructure at the subnational level, and on providing healthcare so that we get that population ready for the task ahead. And I'm glad that Afreximbank is standing up to that cause by all of what Madam Awani has highlighted. And this we also stand ready to do, collaborating with Afreximbank, with the African Union, and with the FCTA Secretariat. We will promote policies that remove trade barriers and create an enabling environment that will attract long-term financing and institutional partnerships and work with our sovereigns. It's not an either or. We're not saying work with sub-sovereign and don't work with sovereign. a partnership with our sovereign in our various countries to tackle the twin problems of poverty and inequality, which is at the root of the many other discontents that have fed and fueled anger in many of our countries. I welcome you to this conference, and I thank you all for listening.